I'm Terry Bain with Global Recruiters. My pal Heather Coleman Voss asked me to share a couple of lessons that job seekers can use while trying to find their next opportunity. We're going to talk about doing this from a digital perspective. There's all these great social media tools out there. You're probably spending a lot of time on them already, but if you're using them right, you can find what you're looking for faster. So, we're going to talk a little bit about Facebook, we're going to talk a little bit about Twitter, we're going to talk about LinkedIn, we're going to talk about this new tool that I've been using called Flipboard and how they're all going to apply to your job search. For starters, number one, know what the heck you want. Because people are going to ask you all the time when you're looking for work, what kind of job do you want? What do you want to do? The answer isn't I'll do anything or I'll take whatever or I don't really care. The answer is get really specific and tell us exactly what kind of work you want to do, where you're going to have fun, where you're going to add value, where you're going to make a difference, where you can actually love your career. And if you don't know the answer to that, you're not ready to answer that question at all. Don't waste your time, don't waste their time. Get clear, figure out what you want. So I know that wasn't digital, but it's an important step one. So once you know what it is you seek, start finding groups, whether in LinkedIn or in Facebook, or utilize hashtags on Twitter that actually talk to the things that you're actually interested in. The more you can find these pieces of information, the more you'll end up sharing these pieces of information. And the more you share them, the more people will start associating those ideas with you. It'll become relevant as you're paying attention to what's going on in your world and you're sharing it out. People that are seeing it will start seeing what's important to you. So that's one. Join the groups, get involved in conversations, ask questions, provide insight, share links to information that's relevant, become an active participant. I'm not saying get in the 40 or 50 groups. I'm saying be really visible in 3 or 4. Invest the time and energy in the right place. You're going to want to share content that is aligned with that. I've already covered that. But do it with some level of frequency because you'll start to look like an expert in that industry and that'll be how you're perceived. Here's a real big tip and an important one. Make sure that every 12 to 15 or so posts, you tell your network what type of work you're looking for. Don't be afraid to share, hey, I'm looking for work and I want to do this. Do it with some level of frequency. Make sure that the people that care about you know that you need an opportunity. Can't beat us over the head with it, certainly, but you should spend some time, again, every 12 to 15 posts, letting people know. Unless you're posting 40 times a day, don't do that. Maybe twice a week in that case. I mentioned Flipboard early on. Flipboard's kind of an information aggregator, so it allows you to pick all the different things that you might have an interest in and shares top relevant, great information, stories that you can actually spread out to your network. Really powerful. Along those lines, it's just like LinkedIn Pulse, which is the LinkedIn newsfeed. Very, very cool stuff and a great way to get dialed into fresh and relevant content. Again, making it easier for you to share. It's one thing to have to create content all the time. That can be tough and daunting, especially if you're not like, I'm a great writer, I love doing this. Not everybody loves that part. Not everybody loves creating video either. Hey, what do I know? But if you can share stuff, do it. Particularly, find things that are of interest to you, find things that add value to your network, find things that add to your credibility, find things that are funny, find things that are fact-based, find things that are informative. Now, this is a real big one, and it's a tough one for some of you, I'm sure. It's 2016. It's a big political nightmare out there. Do your best to refrain from posting about it. Any political post you make instantly pisses off 50% of the people reading it, without hesitation. Try to avoid that at all costs. Aside from that, social media is a great way to show off 360 degrees of your life, and you should let that life shine. I wish you the best of luck in your career search. If I can be of any assistance, again, my name is Terry Bean, and I am with Global Recruiters. You can find me anywhere you find yourself, or you can look for me specifically at about facebook.me/Terry Bean. And that's a link to my digital footprint. Best of luck in your search.